Hello and welcome to week 4 of our move from Sussex up to Northumberland. It's not been a fun week. You may have seen my video from earlier in the week where I had headed up to Leeds in the company van, which broke down, and then it took the RAC 28 and a half hours to recover me back to home. So that was a really fun, complete waste of time. Not. And then, yeah, that course has now been deferred to this week, so that's scuppered the plans. My catalytic converter. Now, this is really quite bad news. It should be a really simple thing. It's expensive, but it's quite a simple thing to fix. And it's been 4 weeks since the catalytic converter got stolen, and I've just heard back from the garage, and this is completely not the garage's, the repair people's fault. But they've heard from Toyota that there are supply chain issues and that the production of the metals that go into the catalytic converter only resumed on the 24th of June. It's now the 28th of June, so I'm guessing that means they're only just starting to dig the stuff up out of the ground. So I have absolutely no clue when I'm getting my car back. And I broke the van as well, so that's a bit awkward. I was really pleased with myself. I don't need a courtesy car with my insurance because we've got a van. Yeah. Lord Campsell, not having a lot of luck with vehicles. This has created many logistical nightmares, but you know, that means I get to vlog about buses and trains. Lucky people. So that's been this week, quite eventful. We also did our first move of stuff up to Morpeth, which also turned out to be a little bit awkward. I thought we were going to get all the big stuff into the van and then we would just have some little stuff to take up in the car. But firstly, I broke all the cars. And secondly, it didn't fit as well as I had hoped. And so we've got to have another van to go up there as well, which is not the end of the world. It's just unexpected, but it is additional expense. And the expense is really starting to hack me off now. You know, we were quite happy just sitting here living our lives, and all of this turmoil, of which none of it is through our own choice, apart from the fact we're moving so far away. It's just caused us horrendous expense. You know, the worst part of it is our landlady at our current property has thrown us out, and she is charging us nearly £1,000 a month to live in a house which is basically just a shell with boxes in it. She's just taking the cash. It is shocking. You know, she's no obligation to give us any discount, but throwing someone out of the house, you would think they would do the decent thing and say, well, look, you know, for the last 2 months, why don't you just not pay me any rent? Especially when you see the mold in the bedroom. I mean, this place is shocking. Anyway, this is our move up to Northumberland. We were just about to set off, and we did find a little gift from the rainbows in the van, which was a lovely little gesture. And we very much appreciated that gift in the van on the way up and on the way back. With all the excitement of today, I almost forgot to vlog. See how happy Mrs. C and I are.
So look at the state of me. We've got no mirrors left in the house.
That's right, that's the only reason I vlog, is so that you can check your hair.
Oh my god.
This is everything we could fit in the van. Unfortunately,
Almost. We've got some more stuff.
there's a lot of stuff we couldn't fit in the van. So we're going to have to do 2 lots of trips up to Northern. But we're getting too old for this shit, really.
We're so old. Last time we did this, shit and sugar. Last time we did this, we were 20 years younger, and we had Paul, Terry and John all helping us. And now there's 50-odd-year-old Claire and Andy who've had 2 years of lockdown, laziness. Really, I mean, we've not...
I've been working out. I am on top form.
I've been lying on a hammock and sitting at a computer chair. I'm not nearly as agile as I used to be. What is this? What's happened here? And I hit my head on a cupboard door earlier.
Yeah, that did look like it hurt.
Might knock some sense in. Please take that away. That was shocking.
Okay, I'll take it away. This is what's happening in the back of the van. We are on the road at 3 o'clock tomorrow. No, we're getting up at 3. We're on the road at 3:30 tomorrow. And heading up, taking it all up to our new home in Northern, where I'm really hoping it's not raining, because that would just be the icing on the cake after the week I've had.
Gary Thomas is ordering good weather for us. Cheers, Gary.
Well, here we are at absolutely bastard o'clock in the morning. It's not quite 4 yet, and we're just heading on to the A21. I'm driving a big van, so I probably shouldn't be talking to you at the same time, but I've seen them do this on the telly. Nobody has crashed. What could possibly go wrong? So yeah, we're at the start of about 6 or 7 hours of driving now. I can see some Red Bull in my future.
That's our future. Up ahead.
So we have arrived in Morpeth. We didn't really do much vlogging on the way because I was too busy trucking and eating a Yorkie. Which Gavin and Pam gave us little Pam bags to take up, which was really lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They sneaked it into the van before we came up here. Sneaked it.
Snuck it.
Snuck it. Snuck it.
Snuck it.
It's so puerile. Anyway, this is the garden in Morpeth. It's got a name, hasn't it? William something.
It's a herbal garden.
It's a herbal garden.
A herbalist's book from, I don't know, hundreds of years ago. But how beautiful is that? Local park.
We've just been to Spoons, so we thought we'd better do something cultured on the way back.
No, we didn't. We were walking and there's some steps over there and they went downhill. So we are in pain. We're tired.
Yeah.
Slightly emotional. So downhill seemed to work. And then we arrived in a knot garden. I don't know if you can see that. Look. How lovely is the knot garden? Beautiful. And it smells of privet, which is a nice smell. I like it.
So now we are just going back to our new home. We've got to put the sofa together before we can sit down, but we have bought a pint of milk, so we can at least have a cup of tea.
And I've had a pint of cider.
One of the unfortunate things was we couldn't fit all of our stuff in the van. I can't remember whether I said that yesterday. So we've got to hire another van in 2 weeks' time and do this again. But the journey wasn't horrendous. Considering it took the RAC 28 and a half hours to get me back from Birchhanger Green Services to back to home the other day. We did it in an hour and a half in the opposite direction, didn't we, in a giant Luton van.
Hour and a half?
That's how long it took us to get from home to Birchhanger Green Services.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I thought you meant here.
If you were paying attention instead of...
So sorry.
You lose focus so quickly.
Short attention span. Oh, squirrel.
So this little bit here of the park is dedicated to Emily Davis. Mrs. C's hero, as you can see. You can probably see around that all of the plants are green and purple, and the reason for that is that Emily Davis is a suffragette, and she is the suffragette who threw herself underneath the King's horse at the Derby. So she is well regarded within suffragette circles, by women generally, by people generally.
Right.
And this is a stark reminder as to why, when we next have an election, you should vote. Votes aren't a given. People literally died to get the vote, so you should use it and use it wisely. By wisely, I mean don't vote for the Tories.
So I thought I'd do a little video tour for you before we leave. So this is the house behind us. There's the lorry. Beautiful. There is what's basically retirement homes, I would say. Anyway, moving on. Front garden, removal man.
World's worst superhero. Removal man.
Right, so this is a staircase, shrinking the front room from what it should be. Ridiculous. And there's removal man again. It's not a smaller house than we're used to, but so this is our room. Literally, we look like squatters, which we kind of feel like squatters as well. Got no doors on the cupboards yet, that'll come. Right, prep yourselves for the 1970s bathroom. Ba, ba, ba. Maybe 1980s, actually. There's me. Hello. Right, here is the kitchen. It's a hellhole at the moment because we literally don't have enough cupboard space. Dining room area, which we did have the fridge over there in that corner, but it looked horrible. And then we realised that it's exactly the same size as that wall. So we shifted it. That's okay. Does need a good clean though. I hate these staircases with no back. They just make me feel quite dizzy. Elizabeth's bedroom. I missed a bit of the bed, so it's not fixed and finished yet. There's Boo's room. Bathroom number 2. Absolutely pointless in a house this size having 2 bathrooms, but there you go. And this will be office space. You'll notice the person who works at home all the time does not have an office space. Funny that, but there you go. Really loud birds here, really loud. Oh, that's the shed door which needs fixing. And I'm thinking of hiring a flock of sheep to do the grass. But it's okay, isn't it?
Do your hair before we start. They expect it. Right, well, we've kind of moved in. We had to sleep on the floor last night because, well, we've got mattresses on the floor because our bed is still in Crowborough. And it wasn't as uncomfortable as last time we slept here, but it was uncomfortable. And neither of us can really move this morning.
Yeah, but we left all the bedding, because we've got tons, we left it in bags in the lorry because we've got tons, it would have been in the way. But we didn't realise that, we forgot until we had our jammies on, and we didn't want to be, oh, those new people have moved in, look at them wandering around in their pyjamas, pikeys. So we just slept underneath blankets that we'd used to watch out the packing. It was so cold.
It was cold, it was uncomfortable. I got up in the night to use the toilet, and I literally had to crawl across the floor and unfold myself to get upright again. The place
stinks of like Voltarol type cream we've got. It's very good, but enough.
It's like that Raljex smell, you know?
Yeah.
I think you smell
medical.
You smell dead sexy in it, darling.
I'm dead.
Yes. A little bit of Raljex behind each ear.
Actually, on each knee.
We're cold, we're old, we need another wee. Anyway, we are just finishing up here now. We're putting the boxes back in the truck and then it's back down to Southern, and we do all this again in 2 weeks, in case this wasn't exciting enough for you already, YouTube.
So tired.
Alright, let's get on, shall we?
Put the kettle on.
Ooh, kettle. Now, of course, when you move house, it's all a case of priorities. So you need to make sure that one of the first things you pack in your July move is the Christmas pudding that you didn't eat last year.
Not out of date.
It's not out of date, no. And look, there's a gluten-free Christmas pudding for the present Mrs. Camsell as well. Oh, and the rock salt. Oh my God, we're such hippies, aren't we?
Judge me.
I'm not sure if I'm going to do another vlog next week. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, this week I've got the training course in Leeds. I've then got another one in Newton Abbot. That could be quite interesting. Then we're doing the second van load, and then that's it. We are moved into Morpeth. So once that last lot of stuff goes up to Morpeth, Elizabeth and Claire will be living there. I'll be coming back down and I get to tidy up the last bits of the house while paying our landlady for the privilege of doing it. I also have to change my plans somewhat because I'd had everything planned out. I was doing a training course in Coventry and then I was just going to drive back up to Morpeth after that. But I now live in Morpeth, or by then I will be living in Morpeth, and my car is in Tunbridge in Kent. So this is going to create something of a logistical nightmare all round. It's about time you got some proper whinging from me, because honestly, things could be so much worse. I appreciate that, but they really are shit at the moment. Anyway, I will catch you all soon. Maybe, who knows, little road trip to Leeds. You could come along with me. See you soon. Take care.